Girls here. Thanks for coming on today's episode. This week, like every week, I'll be talking about natural living and healthy tips that will get you to rethink how you live and what products or habits you can easily change to better your life. So let's get started. Hey everyone, and welcome to another week of Urban Wisdom. Our topic today is, what is omega-3 and why should you take it? First, let's start with the basics. What is the difference between omega-3 and omega-6? Omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids are two different classes of polyunsaturated fats. They are both important because they are made into powerful regulatory hormones. Omega-6 fats are primarily converted into a range of pro-inflammatory hormones and omega-3 into anti-inflammatory hormones. Perhaps it would help to think of the analogy of hot and cold taps, hot being omega-6 and cold being omega-3. We need a balance of hot and cold to get the right temperature. Due to the abundance of omega-6 in our diets, from chemically extracted vegetable oils and a lack of food sources of omega-3 like cold water fish and grass-fed wild meat, we have an imbalance. An ideal ratio is 4:1 up to 1:1 of omega-6 to omega-3. This is a long way from the standard American diet, which averages 20:1. Imagine the hot tap, which is the inflammation, on full, and the cold tap, anti-inflammation, on a dribble. Inflammation is rampant. Now, omega-3s are anti-inflammatory and also directly boost your immunity by enhancing the function of B cells, a type of white blood cell. Now, a lot of people ask, can your body make or produce omega-3 on its own? The answer is no. Omega-3 fatty acids are a type of fat that the body cannot make on its own. They are an essential fat, which means they are needed to survive. We get the omega-3 fatty acids we need from foods we eat. You can find omega-3s in foods like chia seeds, salmon, flax, seaweed, walnuts, broccoli, and others. Eggs also contain a small amount of omega-3. Now, amount of omega-3 fatty acids in selected fish and seafood. Since fish are one of the best sources, I have compiled a list with the exact amounts of omega. So you guys, I'm just going to name some of these. Mackerel, serving size 3 ounces, which is 100 grams. Amount of omega-3 fat is 2.5 to 2.6 grams. I'm not going to read all of these. I'm just going to list the fish. And then if you go to heatherearls.com/omega-3, you are going to find all the detailed information. So we did the mackerel, salmon. These are all the same serving sizes, which is 3 ounce or 100 grams, okay? So for salmon, the amount of omega-3 is 1.8 grams. Herring, it's 1.3 to 2 grams. Tuna is 1.2 grams. Lake trout is 2 grams. Anchovy, 1.4 grams. Did I already say tuna? There's a bluefin tuna, which was the first one. The second one is the albacore, which is 1.5 grams. Lake whitefish, which freshwater, is 1.5. You have bluefish, which is 1.2. Halibut, 0.9. Striped bass, 0.8. Sea bass, which is mixed species, is 0.65 grams. And tuna white meat canned is 0.5 grams, and that's of omega-3. Now, the American Heart Association recommends at least 2 servings a week of fish. A serving is 3.5 ounces of cooked fish or 3/4 cup of flaked fish. All right, moving on to omega-3 in olive oil. Another source of omega-3 is olive oil. When I first started using olive oil as my source for omega-3, my skin was normally dry and in the winter a little itchy. Not anymore. I take 2 tablespoons of olive oil per day and I can tell the difference it makes. My skin was all of a sudden soft and it didn't itch. If I could see these positive effects on the outside, just imagine how beneficial it is on the inside. And the reason, you guys, I chose to do the olive oils, just where I live, we do not have a lot of fresh fish. So I was trying to find an alternative which was still healthy. Now, how do omega-3 fatty acids help improve your health? Well, omega-3 fatty acids help your heart in several ways. They curb inflammation in the blood vessels and the rest of your body. At high doses, they also make abnormal heart rhythms less likely and lower your level of blood fats called triglycerides. Finally, they can slow plaque buildup inside the blood vessels. Now, let's break that down some more. So, omega-3s help reduce risk of cardiovascular disease, reduce risk of death if you have cardiovascular disease, keeps the lining of the arteries smooth and free of damage that can lead to thick, hard arteries. This helps keep plaque from forming in the arteries. So, reduce risk of sudden cardiac death caused by an abnormal heart rhythm. Reduce risk of blood clots because omega-3 fatty acids help prevent blood platelets from clumping together. And you guys, that's huge. A lot of people have blood clots in their legs. So lowering triglyceride levels by slowing the rate they form in the liver. High levels of triglycerides in the blood increase the risk of heart disease. Now there's less inflammation that we talked about before. Hardening of the arteries is thought to involve your body's inflammatory response. Omega-3 fatty acids slow the production of substances that are released during the inflammatory response. Okay. Omega-3 fatty acids may also raise levels of high density, the HDL good cholesterol, and lower blood pressure. People who eat fish tend to have lower blood pressure than those who don't. It can also help curb joint pain and stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis. Now, does the brain like omega-3s? Well, omega-3 fatty acids are a very important part of brain development and function, and because of this, they are known to help with ADHD. It helps prevent depression. Although omega-3 is not a treatment for depression, studies have shown it is rare for people who eat a lot of them to suffer from depression. It aids in protecting older people from dementia and age-related mental decline. So you guys, omega-3s are for the young all the way through the old, okay? So what do EPA, DHA, and ALA mean? Now, there are two kinds of omega-3 fatty acids in fish. There's an acid, which is an EPA, and then another one, which is a DHA. Now, the form of omega-3 in plants is called ALA. And if you guys want, I guess, the detailed words on those and not the abbreviation, again, just go to heatherearls.com and you will see those there. Omega-3 supplements. If you don't live where you can get fresh fish or don't care for the taste, try fish oil pills. It is recommended that a person only takes 1 gram per day with heart disease. High doses can interfere with some medicines. Read the label to find the amounts of EPA, DHA, or ALA you want. Now, how much is enough? So here, you guys, I have another in-depth guideline based on body weight and taking omega or fish oil pills in supplement form. Be careful when choosing any supplement. You want to make sure that they're pure and soy isn't added. Now, you guys, I am not a fan of soy at all. And if you want to know why, you can go to heatherearls.com/soy, or I do have a podcast on that and you can listen to it and I will explain in great detail why I do not like it. So I'm not going to go into this form, but like for body weight, your omega-3 intake, say you're 88 pounds, you would want 0.07 intake of omega-3, and then EPA plus DHA, 8.4 grain. In other words, it comes about to 2 capsules. So, these are broken down into very specific. So I'm just going to go capsule form, okay? So 110 pounds, 2 capsules. 132 pounds, 3 capsules. 154 pounds, 3 capsules. 176 pounds, 4 capsules. And that's about 4 grams. Okay, you guys, that's why I want you to look at this chart so you can see the grams that you're supposed to be having. 198 pounds, 4 capsules. 220 pounds, 5 capsules. 242 pounds, 5 capsules. 264 pounds, 6 capsules. And children under the age of 13 should only get 2 capsules. And then pregnant women, 3 to 5 capsules. Now, it is suggested that you should take fish as your primary source of omega-3s, but also I would advise you to change it up. For instance, have flaxseed on a salad or broccoli when eating a different form of meat like chicken or beef. Now, let's summarize what we've learned today, you guys. Omega-3s are for the young and the old. It helps the brain, heart health, and circulatory health. You can eat it in food form, capsule form, or by taking an oil such as an olive oil. Your body needs it to function correctly and thrives when it gets enough. And the body does not produce omega-3 on its own. Well, that's it, friends. Stay free and have a healthy week. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Urban Wisdom and Natural Living. Tune in next week where I'll broadcast live every Monday morning at 8 a.m. If you miss it live, hold those tears and head on over to my blog, which is heatherarles.com. That's Heather, EARLES.com. There you can have 24/7 access or right here on iTunes. If you want to follow me on social media, you'll find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Have a healthy week.